We're going to get more insight on Game 1 in a few minutes as Supermassive kicked off with a fantastic win.
Hey Mercedes, legends run wild, each one unique, with astonishing power, unstoppable, master warriors, ready to compete, seeking glory. We live it, we breathe it, we have each other's back. Together, we become legends, icons of a new generation.
I don't really consider it gear. It's an extension of who I am. It blurs the line between fantasy and reality. Sometimes, I can't tell myself from my machine. I think that's by design.
Welcome back, folks, to the State Farm Analyst Desk, or Analyst Couch, the Caster Couch. We shouldn't call it that. Supermassive and Mad Lions went back and forth in Game 1, but in the end, Supermassive come out on top, as does Amazing often. I do like the grey and the white shirt combination. My first question, though, to start it off is this what we expected? The draft is probably where the conversation has to be started.
Yeah, I do think that this return to comfort is actually something we expected. I just didn't like the draft order. Okay. I think the running with the center Wukong 1-2 when you already and then reveal the potential flex in the 3 kind of opens you up for a lot of counterplay, and I think that's what happened.
Yeah, I think the discussion of these two teams is no longer going to be about optimization. Like, if you're sitting at home and thinking, like, these are not the best champions in the game, it's all about comfort at this point, because this is about the pressure. Everything's at stake. We know that these two teams have faltered in the last few days, and they're just trying to find the balance where mentally they are the most prepared to win games.
Right. Yeah, because the words you threw around in the green room, I'm just getting out my handy im Deutsch. Comfort, feeling, never going to see these drafts again. This was your kind of sentiment regarding the state of affairs for this elimination game.
Because a game like this is not going to reflect on what the meta is. No. It is what they are going to find, as we mentioned, just the most confident coming into the world stage and groups and further on. I can't imagine like a top esports or a JDG drafting like this. It's just not going to happen. Yeah,
but perhaps comfort is the answer for both of these squads, given what is at stake. Amazing, you had a point.
Yeah, it may just be. For best of fives, the beauty of it is always that there's also almost a microcosm of metas that evolve within that whole best of 5. Yeah. And that in itself is like, we see it now with the center Wukong maybe potentially being something that Supermassive has to look forward to, but also even the Hecarim, you know, something that like buffing him or like playing around him could be something, again, Mad Lions have to then look out for.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And taking a look at some of the gameplay specifics, the bot lane is where our analysts wanted to draw their attention to. Supermassive, and to be specific, it was that Shen ult coming in hot.
Yeah, it was just 10 seconds before this Shen got level 6, and it seemed like almost desperation that Shadow ran into the bottom side, tried to repair the situation that happened before, because Hecarim just got a kill. And as I said, that's incredibly frustrating, but Shadow on set is not something that he's impressed on in the past. It fits the bill of what Shadow likes to do, just early game pressure and so forth, but set hasn't been his type of deal when it comes to champions. He just hasn't seen any success on it.
Well, Frost was saying it's just something that he straight up just hasn't played in the regular season.
Yeah,
like
one game and it looked bad. In the playoffs and then lost on it and then never picked it again. So, I mean, for him, it's not a return to comfort, that's for sure, which I'm, again...
Is it only Lee?
So that's my question.
Only one champ?
No, but there's so much more. He has Lee, he has Graves, he has Volibear. Like, but obviously some of those champs are less meta than others. Lee and Volibear, for example, are now like kind of.
But I thought we just decided we're screwing up the meta and throwing it in the bin.
We have to, and they're not doing it as much as they want to do.
Not fully committing to what could be that comfort that is required and persistence as well. Taking another look at some moments of that game, there was that final fight around the Drake. What caught your eye in particular around this one?
Honestly, I think it just comes down to Mordekaiser not pressing R on Hecarim early enough, and I think that's the story of the game. If he just does it now in this moment, they have an Ocean Soul, and maybe the fight looks different. Yeah. But Hecarim just glides by him. The Mordekaiser ult is kind of pointless. This game, Orome was 4-0-4 at some point with Mordekaiser, and that should be a very dominant position. Anyone in the death room should fear him, but the execution just wasn't there.
Yeah, that exactly. Like the Mordekaiser not being able to, I think that's something that people like don't quite understand. Maybe sometimes that Mord is actually denial of opportunity for a lot of cases, and especially when it comes to smite fights, you're gonna win every single time if you just make that play happen, but they didn't.
I think the thought about that. That's cool as hell. Death around him so he can't smite.
Yeah.
Ooh, spicy video gaming.
It's pretty spicy video game. I think that's the word I would use for this series or this game, because we had moments where...
Spicy video gaming?
Yeah, spicy video gaming, because one person could be the difference maker, one person could change the flow of an entire team fight. Instead, sometimes we had int moments, and sometimes we had one person standing out. Humanoid had some moments, Zeitnot had some moments. He won the fight, and then the next one he inted, and then Snowflutter won one fight. Just back and forth all the time.
All right, so it's just a question of which star of the 10 is shining as bright at the different intervals of the game. But speaking of those stars, it's the Supermassive's Mercedes drive to victory. Mr. Sunflower takes this one with an amazing engage. We can take a look at it. Mercedes driving to victory. And I do love Snowflower. He's been doing it with Nautilus. He's been doing it on Leona. He just likes to get in your grill.
Yeah, sees a 3-man engage, has the Galio follow-up together with Hecarim. That in itself is just an insane play. And seeing those opportunities is really, really important on those basic champions that do not have that much leeway, such as Alistar. Old champions that have click CC combos that have to be executed properly and have to have a follow-up at that point.
And now welcome to the mini-game of our analyst desk, Yamato, where if someone just tuned in, missed the entire desk segment, is going into game 2, what do they need to be equipped with? What tools do they need to have from your turn?
I think Mad Lions need to kind of switch it up. I think the last pick, Syndra, was comfort, but honestly, they had the option of picking Silas into Alistar. They had the option of picking Swain, they even hovered it, maybe a Corki even, because Syndra had to itemize so defense-heavy to survive. Yeah. And I think Humanoid is the standout player of Mad Lions. Put all the weight on him, just put 4 players on tanks, and just make sure the Humanoid can have a champion that can kill everyone.
It is clear and without a doubt that the rookies have struggled to adapt to that world stage. Amazing. Your final thoughts?
Yeah, what I want to do is, exactly as I said, what has made them so strong throughout the regular season was the fact that every team had to adjust to them every single week, every single day. So they have multiple strategies prepared. We've seen little of that so far, and just bring more in.
Bring us more. It does seem like that's the general summation, is Mad Lions need to get back to their winning ways and doing it their way. We are stepping our way, though, and it's Turkey and Europe clashing again in game 2.
Can't spin that shit.
Hello, welcome back to Worlds 2020, the series between Supermassive and the Mad Lions. Of course, Supermassive up 1-0. They had a strong early game. They had a very strong final team fight. And while Mad Lions found the time to take some shots in the middle, it was still mostly a supermassive game. And as we head into game 2, we got a lot of questions, especially for the Mad Lions. How are they going to adjust coming into this match?
I think it's still about a question of finding a champion that Shadow looks comfortable on. I have to correct myself. I was incorrect. He did play set once during playoffs. I blocked that game out. I would now like to block this game out. And he just...
So we'll have to see if he first time set on stage again is what you're
No.